All right, so recording has started. After we discussed the assignment and the result of the assignment, and I solved the assignment, we'll continue with our discussion. Now we are going to talk about two-dimensional or multi-dimensional arrays. Just if you remember, we talked about the arrays. We said you can define the type of the array and the number of elements in the array, like of 3 equals, and you can give any numbers, of course, according to the elements. And we say the index starts from 0, 1, and 2. This is the basic idea of array. And also we talked about how to use the for loop. We say you can write for integer I equals 0, I less than, for example, in this case 3, I plus plus, and you can write C out A of I. Instead of writing a fixed number, we use the variable I. Now we will talk about multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array is, this is one-dimensional array. Okay, and now we will talk about multi-dimensional array. Write a program that define and print an array of 2 by 3. This is very important to understand it. 2 by 3, that means I have multi-dimensional array like this. I have 2 lines and 3, 2 columns, 2 rows and 3 columns. All right, so that means I have 0, 1, and I have here 0, 1, 2. And the numbers will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 by 3, the first one is the number of rows, okay? And the second number is the number of columns. Actually, there's an easier way to write this. Here, if I write 0, 1, and here I have 0, 1, 2, then I'll make it like a table. All right, then here the intersection is 0, 0. Here is 0, 1, 0, 2. Here 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so the first one is the row number. The second one is the column number. So in this case, when I define the function, I'll declare it like this. I will show you how. Okay, now let's declare an array. Okay, two-dimensional array, 2 by 3. So what I'll do here, I'll consider as integer a of 2. Okay, it's written like this, equals. I'll open new braces. Then inside, of course, you can put it all in one line, but it's better to do it like this. The first one is 1, 2, 3, then comma, and the second is, let's say, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, notice that it's very important that the last element should not have a comma. Okay, so if you can see this, that means I'm declaring an array that has two rows and 3 columns. So that means when I'm talking about the array, it will be like this. This 0, 1, and here I have 0, 1, 2. Inside I have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. How to access these? Of course, I will use the row first, then the column. So if I want to access this element, I'll see it's 0 and 0. This one, 0 and 1. Okay, this one, 0 and 2, and so on. Okay, so in this case, also I can use a counter here. If I define a value of I, take 0 and 1, then I should define value of or counter j that takes 0, 1, and 2. So let's get back to our program. Here we finished this. As I told you, of course, you can't put everything in one line like this. It's correct, and nobody will tell you that this is not correct. Okay? Like this. Now, this means I have an array that its elements are arrays, which are, this is the first element and this is the second element. All right? And the second array actually takes 3 values. So I prefer to use this notation, okay, to show you that it's very much similar to the arrangement of the array. Okay, now if I want to, for example, see out, we will do some like print the element or I don't like in another example. If I want to print 4, now let's see if I want to print 4. What to do? I will write A of 4 is in line 2 of 2, and it's in column 4 3. Sorry, line 2 means 1, right? Because we count 1, 2, and in column 4, which means 3, because I'm starting from 0. So I'm expecting that after executing this, I will get 4. Let's see. Zero. 1 second. I think we have teacher A of 1, 0, 1, 2. Yes, of course, 0, because I don't have 3. I have 0, 1, 2. Okay. I'm talking about the number 4, not the 4th index. 0, 1, and 2. My bad. Sorry. Okay, so that's what I got. I got 4. Now, in general, I will just repeat this quickly. In defining an array, you need to know that the 2-dimensional array has 2 indices, which are the first one, like A, okay, like A of 2, 3. That means I have 2 columns, 1, start from 0 and 1, and the 2 rows and 3 columns. This is 0, 1, and 2. Clear? Inside this, I will be having the, let me just change the color. The indices here, 0, 0. So I have 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 2. So if I want to access any of these elements, I need to know the location, which is in this case, for example, if I want to access this one, this is A of 1, 1. Okay, if I want to access this one, this is A of 0, not two, yes, 2. Okay, and so on. In our example, we access this one, which is A of 1, 2. Okay, and so on. Now, in the declaration in the program, if you notice that I've written A of 2, 3, and then this way of writing the array is just to show that it's very much similar to the mathematical matrix, right? Which is 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4, 5. This is in mathematics called matrix. I'm sure you remember it in mathematics. So to make it very much similar, we did it like this. But it's okay if you put everything in one line. Remember also the comma. Between the element, I should have a comma. Last element should not have a comma here. All right? Here we don't have comma. All right. So now how to access this? I'll create, or I will use two variables, I, which takes 0 and 1, and inside I will create or use j, which takes 0, 1, 2. Okay, so this is what we did. For integer I equals 0, I less than 2, I plus plus, this will scan this rows, and here for integer j equals 0, j less than 3, j plus plus, and we printed the array here. Okay, so let's get back to the program and print it. Okay, so here okay, for integer I equals 0. Remember always the rows first. I less than, anybody can tell me? 2. I plus plus. Now inside this, I'll define another loop which is for j integer j equals 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. All right, and also here we are. Now before using the array, let's just print the indices. Okay, so here I'll print C out I, then sorry, comma, A, and end line. Let's see how this will be printed. Okay. All right. Now let's see. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 2. This is exactly what we want. We want 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, because now how that was executed? Now, see actually here first I will take 1, 0, all right, and when it starts executing, it comes to j, then j will take 1, 2, and sorry, 0, 1, and 2. All right. When it finishes, it goes to I once again. I will take 1, then J will repeat 0, 1, 2. So in this case, that means 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 2. And that's exactly what we want. Now let's print. Now we printed I and J. We want to print the array A of I, J. I don't want the rest. And end line. Okay, it will print it vertically, of course. So let's see. All right, and run. Okay, this is what we got. 4, 1, 2, 4. No, I want to remove this first one. So I run it again. Okay, this is what we got. 1, 2, 3. This is the first row, and 2, 3, 4. The second row. Now I want to print it like a regular matrix or array. So what I'll do here, I will add comma here, and after the end of the J, I will see out, go to a new line. All right. This is how it looks like. 1, 2, 3, then 2, 3, 4. So in general, to summarize what we've discussed till now, we say that first of all, we are talking about two-dimensional. There are some other dimensionals. There are three-dimensional, four, whatever the number of the dimensions it's possible. So here, A of 2, 3 equal 1, 2, 3. Then again, that means 0, 0, 0, 1, and 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 2. Okay, and to go through them, this is always we use this almost the same way of loops, all right, of looping. So there's just a loop to go through the elements. So I will copy this and include it in the chat so you can implement it and okay. طيب. Next. Example, write a program that defines an array of size 2 times 3 and print it as a regular array. It's done. This is what it's meant as regular array, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4, 5, etc. Multidimensional array, this is an explanation of multidimensional array. As we said here, array can have more than one dimension. Two-dimensional array are widely used. In two-dimensional array, we have rows and columns. We call this rows. We call these columns. All right. So this is the index. As we said, this is the value of I, and this is the value of J. So I will take 0, 1. J will take 0, 1, 2. So when I is 0, J will take 0, 1, 2. That means 0, 0, 0, 1, and 0, 2. Then come to 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 2. Always the rows comes first. All right? Always. Write a program that defines an array of size 3 by 3 and print the element below the diagonal. All right, now we are talking about something called square array. What's the square array? If the two dimensionals are equal, so if I have A of 3, 3, this is a square array. Before answering this, let's see this. Now, I have I will take 0, 1, and 2. And I have J will take also 0, 1, and 2. I'll make it as all right, so here and 3. All right, so anybody can tell me what are the numbers? 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, and 2, 2. Now we have 2 or actually it should be 1, but we'll talk about them like if we have 3 different definitions. Now this is called the diagonal. All right, this is called the diagonal. If you can see in the diagonal, the value of I and the value of J are equal, right? 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 2. Then in the diagonal, I equals J. All right. The second one is the element above the diagonal. This is above the diagonal. Anybody can tell me what can you see here? Here the value of J is greater than the value of I. Right? For sure, now you can tell me that below the diagonal, the value of I is greater than J. So if you get a question like write a program that prints the diagonal, then you have to put an if statement or a condition that if I equals J. If I'm talking about above the diagonal, then you can use if J greater than I. Below the diagonal, then I greater than J. And it's very clear here. See 1, 1, 0, 2, 0, and 2, 1. So in all cells, the value of J of I is larger than J. Okay, here the value of J is larger than or greater than the value of I. So this is a very important part of the two-dimensional array. When we talk about square arrays, I have diagonal where I equal J. I have values above diagonal where J greater than I, and below diagonal where I greater than J. So let's execute this or implement this here. Okay, so I want to define an array of 3 times 3. Okay. In this case, I have this is 0, 1, and I need another 1, which is, of course, here I'll add, I should have the comma. Sorry, where's the comma? Yeah, and here I'll put any number 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I want to print the diagonal. So first of all, I will write it here as a comment, print the element on the diagonal. Also, I'll make it as a regular program. Here inside, we have if statement. I equals J, okay? See out this. Otherwise, you can continue, all right? Also, just to make it clear, I'll put these parentheses or braces. It's very important to know that see, I will take it, take screenshot to explain something. If you can see here, every open braces should be closed inside the other. So this one should be closed here, and this is another one should be closed here, and this is the third one also closed here. There should no intersection between the lines. That means I cannot say, for example, for I, etc., and put this if and close this outside. All right? No, every open braces should be closed before closing the outer ones. So here, what we'll do, of course, here also we need to change it to 3. If I equal j, that means I will take the values 0. Okay, let me just delete everything. Here I have the value of I. Okay, we'll take 0, 1, and 2, right? And j, this is I, and this is j, we'll take 0, 1, and 2. So first, when I is equal to 0, j will take 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. Here, I is equal to j, then it will print this one. The condition will be true and it will be printed. Here also, I have 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Also here, I is equal to j, and here 1, 2, and it will print it. Then 2 here, 2, 0, 2, 1, and 2, 2. Also here they are equal and they will be printed. Okay, so let's implement this. Here I want to change it to 3. And from what you can see here, the diagonal is 1, 3, and 7. So let's see if we'll get the required values. All right, so this is what we got. 1, 3, and 7. Okay, these are the diagonals. And as I told you, when you get a question like print the elements on the diagonal, directly you think of ij, the indices I equal to j. How can I manipulate or change the question? Of course, I will not give you a direct questions like this, but let's say find the sum of the element on the diagonal. Find the sum, all right? So I will just do this. Okay, suppose that I have another question, all right, in which find the sum of the diagonal elements. Everything is the same, except that here you need to define integer sum equals 0. Okay, and here instead of printing it, put sum plus equal a of ij. And of course, I'll print cout sum is sum and end line. Now what we have on the diagonal 1, 3, 7, then I'm expecting the sum should be 11, right? So what we got, the sum of the diagonal is 11. I don't want this end line. Let's remove it. Okay. What else we can do? Now the sum of the element above the diagonal. Okay. Suppose that another question I'll give you. Find the sum of the element above the diagonal. We say above the diagonal. Which one is larger? Or y? Or I or j? Above the diagonal. If you can see here, always or in the presentation itself, here j greater than I. So that means I will add the or put the condition where when j is greater than I, then it will find the or add it to the sum. So here, if I than j, then sum equal. That's it. This is the change. All right. The sum of the elements above diagonal is sum. I think here we'll get error because sum already declared, so I can use it directly. Not a big problem. All right, so run. Sum of the elements above the diagonal is 9. Let's see if it's correct. Here are the elements above the diagonal, 2 and 3 and 4, which is 5 plus 4 equals 9. Now your turn. I want you to find the element or the sum of the element below the diagonal. All what you will do is to change the condition here. Okay, I less than j. So also I'll share this with you so you can practice it. I think it's too long. Then I'll make it a bit shorter. I'll share only this with you. Find the sum of the diagonal elements because the previous one's already shared with you. All right. Okay, let's see what we have more. This is the answer, of course, of the question. Write a program that define an array of size 3 by 3 and print the element above the diagonal, just like what we've done already. But we found the sum. Now to define it, of course, first I will define integer a of 3 equals. Here I will put 1, 2, 3, and remember to put comma. Then here 3, 7, and 6, also comma, and here 10, 11, 12. So this is 3 by 3, and remember here we don't have comma. All right, that's it. And semicolon. Print the element above the diagonal. That means I'll put the condition when when j is greater than I. So 2, 3, and 6. So here in the loop, as we said, for integer I to 3, j, if I less than j or if j greater than I, all the same. All right, C out a of I, j. Okay. Here also, write program defines an array of size 3 times 3 and print the sum of the diagonal elements. This is exactly what we did already. So if I equal j, I remember here integer sum should be before the loops. Okay, sum plus equal a of ij. Write program that defines two arrays of size 3 and 3 and save the result of adding them to each other. This is very important. Here I have an array A of 3, 3 equals, I'll write it like mathematics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 6, 4, 1. All right, I have another array B. Okay, this is A, and I have B here, which has only 3 by 3, let's say 10, 12, 5, 6, 0, 1, 7, 2, 1. Okay, I want to find the addition between them. So actually in array addition, what we do here is to add the first element, this element with the corresponding element. So this plus this will go to another array, which is 1 plus 10 equals 11. Then I'll take 2 plus 12 equals 14. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 4 times 6 equals 10. 7 times 0, 7. The same thing, 8 times 1 equals 9, and so on. All right. Here, this is mathematical operation. But in programming, we translate this to A of 0, 0 plus B of 0, 0. This equals C of 0, 0. The same thing if you take any other value, for example, this one, which is C of 2, 1 equals A of 2, 1 plus B of 2, 1. All right. I can do it like this, or I can, of course, it's very difficult to go index by index, but I can create a loop. Here, I, and this one will take J, and we will make it general, which is C of ij equals A of ij plus B of ij, because the corresponding elements are added together. So also I'll keep this just in case if I share it with you. Now this is the example, or let's write it. Okay, I have A here. I remove the rest of the code that I don't need. Okay, so this is the first array A. And this is the second array, which is B. Okay, I'll call it B. Give any number, 10, 12, 3, keep it as is. Let's say 40, 12, and 51. Okay. So I have two arrays now. And again, I don't need this condition. Why? Because I will add everything. Then here I will write C of ij equals A of I j plus B of I. Of course, this I have error here. Anybody can tell me what the error is? You know what? In C++, you cannot use any variables without declaring them. So here I didn't declare the variable C. So here at the end, I should write integer C of 3 equals 0. All right, that's it. Now, if I want to print it, you can print it, of course, but this is the answer of the question. And this is what we have here. And I defined the array. This is the first array. This is the second array. And C of 3 was declared here. For integer I equal 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. For integer j equals 0, j less than 3, j plus plus, C of ij equal a of ij, and that's it. Okay, that's it for the array. Sunday, you'll be having a quiz about the array. Okay, ونبدأ pointers, and we'll start with the pointers. All right, I think I'm done. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Otherwise, I'll see you